2,000 years later. A few moments later.
The flowchart represents a step-by-step process for the self-ordering system. It begins with system initialization, where the LCD, keypad, buzzer, and EEPROM are set up. During this phase, the system retrieves the last order number from EEPROM memory to ensure continuity between each session. If the retrieved value is invalid, the order number will be reset to 1. The user is then prompted to log in by entering a 6-digit password using the keypad. Each digit is displayed as an asterisk on the LCD for security purpose. If the entered password is validated against the stored password, the access is granted and the user may proceed to the next step. If the password is incorrect, the system displays an error and prompts the user to try again. The system creates an admin pass where admin is allowed to reset the order number or not. Once logged in, the system proceeds to the order phase. A menu is displayed on the LCD showing each option and its price. The user selects a menu from the option by entering the corresponding number from 1 to 5. If the input is invalid, an error message is displayed and the user is prompted to reselect the menu. After choosing, the user is prompted to put the quantity. The selected items and quantity are then added to the order. The system allows users to continue adding items or proceed to the summary and payment stage. In the order summary phase, the system calculates the total cost of the selected items. Each item, along with its quantity and cost, is displayed on the LCD. The system then prompts the user to choose a payment method, either cash or card. For cash payments, the system calculates the balance or excess based on the amount paid. Upon successful payment, the system increments the order number and saves it to EEPROM. The user is then prompted to collect their food and complete their process.
This program is designed to create a food ordering system using a PIC microcontroller. It allows users to select items from a menu, input quantities, view a summary of their order, and store the order number in memory for future use. The system interacts with hardware components such as LCD display, a keypad for user input, and a 7-segment display for numeric output. The program begins by defining the microcontroller's operating configuration. It sets the oscillator to high-speed crystal mode, disables the watchdog time to prevent unnecessary resets, and enables the power-up timer to stabilize the system during startup. Features like brown-out reset and low-voltage programming are disabled to ensure the system operates securely and efficiently. Next, the menu is defined using a structure called menu item, which contains the name and price of each item. The menu includes 5 predefined items such as nasi lemak priced at RM5 and teh tarik priced at RM3. Along with the menu, the program initializes several variables to manage user input and system data. For example, a password array stores a 6-digit secure code, while key-in is used to capture user input for verification. The quantities of items ordered are tracked in item quantity, and the total cost is stored in total amount. The order number is managed by the order number variable, which is saved to and retrieved from EEPROM to ensure continuity even after a system reset. The program provides several key functionalities. The first one is the display menu. Function shows the list of available items and their prices on the LCD. It making easy for users to make selection. The second one is the display order summary. This function calculates and displays the order items, their quantities, and the total cost on the LCD. For example, if a user orders 2 nasi lemak and 1 teh tarik, the summary will show the individual item cost as well as the total cost. This program initialized early in the program. All ports, for example, port A and port B, are cleared to ensure a clean start and direction registers. For example, trace A and trace B are configured to set specific pin as input or output. The system then initializes peripherals like PWM for controlling signals, ADC for processing analog input, and LCD for displaying information. A 7-segment display is also set up to show numeric data. The program provides immediate feedback to the user by beeping twice and turning on the LCD backlight to signal that the system is ready. A key feature of this system is use of EEPROM to store the order number. During startup, the program reads the last saved order number from a specific EEPROM address to continue from where it left off. This ensures that the system maintains a record or order across restart. The next one is password authentication. The login phase ensures only authorized users access the system. The users enter a 6-digit password using the keypad. Each digit is displayed on the LCD as star for security. Prompts the user to input a 6-digit password via the keypad. Each input is validated against the stored password. The system compares the entered password with the stored one. If there is a mismatch, an error message is displayed, and the user is prompted to try again. On successful login, a welcome message is displayed and the relay is activated to signal readiness. Order reset. The program monitors the switch 3 button. If the button is held for 5 seconds, the system interprets this as a request to reset the order. The order number is set to 0 and saved to EEPROM. The LCD confirms the reset and the 7 segment shows the updated order number. Display menu and item selection. Items like nasi lemak, mi goreng are shown on the LCD with prices. A small delay allows the user to view each item. The user select an item by entering the corresponding number, which is 1 to 5. Input validation ensures that only valid menu numbers are accepted. If the user enters an invalid number, an error message which is invalid selection is displayed and the system waits for the correct input. Quantity input. The system captures up to 2 digits for the quantity and converts them into a single number. For example, entering 1 and 5 result in quantity of 15. Quantity must be between 1 and 99. If invalid, 0 or no numeric input, an error message is displayed. The system ensures that the total quantity of an item does not exceed 65535 to prevent overflow.
The while loop represents where the program continuously asks the user if they wish to proceed. The user will have to choose between two options, either yes or no. If the user press 1, the program interprets that is a yes to continue and immediately exits the loop and return to display menu again. If the user press 2, the program interprets this as a no and exits the loop. However, if the user press any other key, the program recognizes this as invalid input.
Order summary and payment. The order summary section starts by clearing the LCD and displaying order summary. A variable total amount is initialized to 0 to accumulate the total cost of selected item. Then, it iterates through the menu item using a for loop. For each item with non-zero quantity, the system calculates the total cost by multiplying the item prices by its quantity. This calculated cost is displayed on LCD along with the item name and quantity. The LCD is moved to the second line to display the cost in a readable format, such as mi goreng times 2 on the first line and RM12 on the second. A short delay is introduced between each item display to give the user enough time to review the information. After processing all selected items, the system clears the LCD and displays the overall total amount in the format total equals to RM640. In the payment handling selection, the system prompts the users to choose a payment method by displaying the option like cash or card. The user selection is captured via the keypad. For cash payment, the system calculates the balance by subtracting the amount paid from the total amount due. If the user overpays, the excess amount is displayed as refund, and a thank you message is shown on the LCD. If the amount paid is insufficient, the system continuously prompts the user to input additional payment until the total is covered. For card payment, the system stimulates a card swipe by waiting for the users to press a design button which is switch 1. Once the button is pressed, the system confirms the transaction with a payment success message. If the user enters an invalid option during payment selection, the system displays an error message which is invalid choice and prompts the user to reselect the preferred payment method. The order number increments and is saved to EEPROM. If the number exceeds 99, it resets to 1. A message is displayed to the user showing the order number and thanking them for their purchase. Lastly, user hold a switch 2 button to collect their order. Mana cuba tekan selain daripada nombor 5.